Warning, I swear a lot.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Library of Ruina, and we're not even doing book club this time, we're actually doing gameplay, surprisingly. I had an idea. I think it spawned from the last book club I did, the one on Urban Nightmare. But I had an idea for a series of videos, don't know how many I'll do or even how consistently I'll do them, but an idea for a series of videos based on decks, cards, key pages, and the like that A, I didn't really touch during my playthrough because I had my preferred styles I wanted to go for, and B, and/or B, it doesn't have to fulfill both these criteria, stuff that doesn't tend to get considered very much. You know, stuff that tends to be pushed to the wayside, key pages, combat pages that tend to be forgotten and not really used when they come up. And C, I guess, things that are interesting. We're going to play fast and loose with these rules throughout this quote-unquote series, because I'm just interested in checking out some cards, some pages, building some decks, having some fun, not being efficient. You can tell that, I'm sure, because it's me, but really, there's nothing wrong with efficiency. Nothing wrong at all. I'm not going to discount a deck because it's good. I'm just saying that's not the focus, per se. But this series, and this is one where I would be very interested in seeing contributions, submissions from you guys on decks that you find interesting, or even just ridiculous, I suppose. We can have some fun with it. But for the first part, questionably enough, I decided to go with something a little more dull, but because it was something that genuinely interested me. And that's the Seven Association. I haven't come up with a name for this, by the way, so if you've got like a good name for a fucking series like this, let me know, because I might use it. But Seven Association. They are a optional reception during Urban Nightmare, and they are, by and large, completely ignored by everyone around. And there are very good reasons for this. Now, I've pretty much ignored most of the passives involved with Seven Association, and even the comment pages themselves, because they seemed a bit complicated. But reading them, not only are they less complicated than I expected, they're also significantly more underwhelming. So, information assessment. This is Dante specifically, by the way. Her subordinates don't get this. Actually, let's see what her subordinates get before I continue. Let me remind myself, because it's been a minute. Yeah, her subordinates only get grasping vulnerabilities, which is honestly like the best ability here, actually. It's the most effective one, but let's go back to it and have a look. Information assessment. At the end of the scene, a random enemy's resistance to a random damage type changes to normal for the scene, choosing from resistances that are endured or normal. Now this is exceptionally questionable, especially the part where it changes a random enemy's resistance to normal, chosen from resistances that are endured or normal. So it has a chance of, in the very specific criteria upon which it activates, to do nothing. Change it from normal to normal. I mean, maybe the actual effect is different, but that's how it's written. Change it from normal to normal. You might get an endured down to a normal, and that's kind of useful, but iffy. Now, seeing through weakness. If a character attacked an enemy last seen with a damage type they're weak to, and the enemy has 5 or more stacks of fragile at the end of the scene, their resistance against the type becomes fatal for the rest of the act. Very interesting, but pointless, and I haven't built into it at all, because stacking 5 stacks of fragile, yeah, that's a good idea. Increasing enemy, or the amount of damage your enemy takes, is a good idea. But this is very specific, and changing a resistance from weak to fatal is kind of, it helps, but it's kind of pointless. If they're weak to something, you're already doing a fuck ton of damage. How much more do you need? Most characters in the game will not survive many weak hits, if you know what I mean. You hit them a few times on something they're weak against, they're probably gonna die. Barring bosses, I suppose. So maybe it is good against bosses. Maybe this could be good against, say, the Crying Children. Not even the Crying Children, because they die and respawn over and over and over again. Okay, maybe Philip in its manifested form. So there is a key point to what I'm doing here, actually, that I want to discuss or mention, and I haven't actually said yet. My goal is to see if the Seven Association stuff can be viable for a combination of their key pages, passives, and their combat pages. And I've drawn other stuff as well, of course, like Overcome Crisis, Draw the Sword. There are non-Seven Association passives here purely because there aren't enough passive attributions to actually fill out a deck. I've tried to make something where I just realized there's a problem with what I've done, but I'll get there in a sec. I've tried to make these decks with what you would have available at Urban Nightmare. and see if we can make them somewhat viable or interesting. Now, there are more viable builds for this part of the game. So many more viable builds. Like, it's not even funny how much more viable builds there are. Bamboo Head, Kim Blade Lineage, Crying Children, Smiling Faces, Smoke, Charge Warp, Singleton, Sweepers. There is so much more you could do than just play with 7 Association, but the whole purpose of this was to pick something that just doesn't get used. Now, there is a problem with what I've done, and I realized it too late. I've used all 12 passive attribution costs slots, and you don't have all 12 in Urban Nightmare. You get the final 2 in Star of the City, which I forgot about. I did forget about that. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna do this properly. I'll be back in a sec. Okay, I've now changed them all so that the passive Amass, everyone is using 10 passive attribution costs, so that this will in fact be something that could be used by someone going through Urban Nightmare. It's not really intended as a tutorial. If you're playing through Urban Nightmare right now, use anything else. Just do it. Just use anything else. Any other combination. Do not use the 7 Association key pages as your template, as your base, as your foundation. It is a bad idea. But it's a challenge, and it's delving into something I wanted to have a look. So, in the spirit of using 7 Association, I also wanted to try and pick a floor that I felt would coincide best with their intended playstyle, or at least the playstyle presented to us by their passive attributions, which is when attacking a target with damage type they're weak or fatal to, deal +1 damage. That is relatively meaningless, because if you're attacking someone with damage type they're weak or fatal to, you're already doing a fuck ton of damage, but hey, more I guess, that's pretty good. But to this end, I'm building this off of Dark Flame. For the duration of the reception, the endured ineffective resistances of all characters change to weak fatal. Gain 1/2 haste and 2/4 strength each scene. Very powerful. Dark Flame is great generally, it's just a really good one, but it seems best suited for this. Whether or not that turns out to be the case is anyone's guess. Now, if I had actually thought to work in the fragile shit, that might have been an easy way to actually get that going, but considering that the 7 Association playstyle tends to be a bit more damage focused anyway, the advantage of Dante's passive is that it could be used to apply fatal resistances to whatever's left over from Dark Flame, like whatever hasn't been changed to weak fatal from Dark Flame, but it's middling at best, and I see no reason to lean into the fragile playstyle for that specifically. Still use fragile if you've got access to it, because fragile is really good, but for this, for seeing through weakness, no, I don't see much point, especially since only 3 members of the party actually have it, so there's not much point. I lent more into grasping vulnerabilities, because of the 3 abilities, it's actually kind of the most useful one. And even then, it's limited. But we're focusing on Urban Nightmare. We're not worrying about stuff that's going on ahead. Let me take you through the decks and explain my thought process. So, for your sword, we've got Dante's page, and we've gone with 2 Overcome Crises, 3 engagements, 2 draws of the sword, and Moulinette. And for the passive attributions alongside Dante's generally, we have Swordplay of the Homeland and Razor Strike, originally Dark Cloud Blade, before I realized that I needed to leave 2 free. There's a lot of focus on Slash in the 7 Association, and I've decided to try and play off of that. So, you know, bonuses to slash damage, or slash power even, inflicting bleed with slash attacks. If you want to run a slash build, just go like, a Kurakumo clan instead, seriously. But, yeah, so Overcome Crisis will hit hard, Engagement will work, allowing us to get On Guard, which is a 2 cost with a 6 to 10 slash die, that gives Yesod and their opponent's strength next scene, but because Yesod is gaining strength, gaining power on their slash cards and gaining strength, they'll probably stay ahead. Draw of the sword, obviously, for light gain. And then Moulinette. There could be a bit more economy here, I think, but I've kind of lent on the fact that engagement is free. It's a free card, and you get a free card from it. You don't get a free card from it, sorry, you get a 2-cost card from it, but you draw a card for using it, basically. And engagement itself is free, so I'm thinking that will work in terms of economy, and then Moulinette when we actually need to fucking go for someone. At the very least, due to his slash bonuses, the final hit of Moulinette will probably clash win. It will gain +2 from the initial clash win, and then like +2 from Swordplay of the Homeland, so it'll probably be pretty good. I've really tried, I have. We move on to Zaru. Now, I wanted Zaru to play much like he did during the series, because it's Zaru, and he's looking very prim and proper in his nice 7 Association suit, but he's got 2 Overcome Crises, 3 engagements, 2 Draws of the Sword, and 2 Flèches. Singular Strike build, you can see where this is going. Singular Strike, Kazuna Extreme Fatigue, Mind Hauler, and Health Hauler to bring back the health that he will inevitably lose as a result of doing things this way, but he will hit hard. He will hit very hard. I'd have loved to have tried to get a wedge, like some wedge cards in there to increase the power of Flèche, but more of the focus is on Slash, and overall Singular Strike should provide all the power we need. These are decent, quote-unquote, cards. They should be okay for where they are in Urban Nightmare, but we'll see. Lily, I have given Overcome Crisis, Puppet Blockade, Riposte, Flèche, and Moulinette. I went more defensive focus this time with Liquefied Flesh, Your Shield, and Razor Strike. The hopeful ideal being that, like Riposte for instance, the defensive die will win, it will stagger the opponent, and it will add power to the Slash die. The Slash die will either Clash win, or just hit if the opponent only has 1 die, and inflict bleed for extra damage. And Moulinette will also apply a fair bit of bleed if it gets through. It's an idea, I guess. I'm varying levels of confidence in these. And also, it's important to mention, I'm not worried about making these decks win. I'm not sat here like, I have to win these battles, I have to make these decks look good, or anything like that. We're just exploring, seeing how it does in combat. If it's shit, then it's shit. That's just the way of it. Lily has lent more into Smoke, with Smoking Pipe ×3, Riposte ×3, Deep Drag ×2, and then Loss of Senses, with the hopes of perhaps weakening opponents a little bit and fucking with them. And she has Your Shield, Liquefied Flesh, Simulating Fumes, and Puffy Broom. Simulating Fumes should benefit from Your Shield and Liquid Flesh, which will help. And it's mostly defensive focus, like Smoking Pipe will take most things, her damage output will be increased thanks to Puffy Broom, Deep Drag will hit like a truck, because it always does, and it draws pages, that does light. Economy might be a bit of an issue here in terms of drawing cards, but I'll tell you what we will do, we'll get rid of 1 Riposte, and replace it with Overcome Crisis. I think everyone could do with an Overcome Crisis. Finally, we have Kota, who has lent more into Charge Warp with 2 Overcome Crises, 2 Draws of the Sword, 2 Riposte, 2 Dimensional Rifts, and Ripple. And the passive attributions are Dark Cloud Blade, Eye of Death, Innovation, and Keeping in Stride. Kota's here to kind of hit hard and do quite a bit of damage. That is the plan with them anyway. Economy, once again, could be an issue, to be honest, but I kind of do see this party a bit being like, look, if they're getting to max emotional level and the enemy's still doing okay, we're in trouble. And honestly, Dark Flame probably exists to try and help us scratch out a win at the end, rather than actually being our main form of offense. But it, quote-unquote, and I'm using big quotation marks here, synergizes with these guys a little bit, or at least the most I could think of out of any of the Abnos. Of course, I didn't really look through these thoroughly. I probably should have, but I wanted to focus, I guess, less on abnormality pages and stuff, and more on the characters themselves. I'm still going to use Abno pages and Ego pages, because I'm not a masochist. I don't actually remember if you can fully realize your sword's flaw by the time of Urban Nightmare. I'm pretty sure you can, but if not, then that's going to be one historical error in this build, but it's not as if anyone should be taking this build seriously anyway. So, you know, the Crying Children might be a decent test, actually. I want to do like 2 battles, at least 2 battles per builds that I try out. One that's, the first one being a bit more forgiving. Oh, that could be an interesting one, actually. That might be a real test. Sweepers? I don't want to do that one because it's anti-hype with how annoying the music is. Oh, puppets as well. Oh, wow, we have a lot to choose from here in Urban Nightmare. I'm going to do 3. Okay, I'm going to do 3 battles for this one. I'm going to start with the Index Proselytes, then we're going to do the Sweepers. Funny enough, we're going backwards on that one, but I honestly believe the Sweepers are a lot harder than the Index Proselytes, and then we're going to try the Crying Children. And we will test this and see how it works. If I need to make... Not needs to, because if it loses, it loses, but if I want to make any changes, as I realize, I can. We've got 3 battles. Let's give this a try. So, oh yeah, we can only bring 4 people. Yeah, that's right, because there's only 4 of them. So Kota might have to sit this one out. Normal, 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 endured. No, yeah, there's no weaknesses here. So this will probably test more how the how it plays normally, right? Like without really, I'm not sure if we'll get to Dark Flame by the end of this. Oh, I've missed you guys, and I've missed this track. Let's get back in there. All right, let's have a look. So they start off with only 1 speed die each, which does give us a distinct advantage. However, I'm pretty sure they're all running singletons, so Execute's a bit of a rough one. And they're all, yeah, I remember now. The index proselytes focus down 1 person, don't they? Yeah. Surprised they didn't go for Zaru, because Zaru has the lowest health. Now, in a lot of cases, this is going to be rough. These 2 are gaining slash bonuses from their passive, and also Execute gains 4 power. Although only the first die of Execute gains 4 power. So there might be things we can work with here. Zaru, if anyone's got a chance of stopping that, it's you. Straight up. And you are also using Execute, which is unfortunate. Unfortunately, loss of senses does not provide, it doesn't provide smoke to anyone. It capitalizes on smoke. So use that, it's your best chance. At the very least, you'll lower some damage. Why do you only have 1? Oh, right, because these 3 have Dante's page and you have a 7 association page. That's right, so you only get 1 speed die. Yeah. Interesting. Actually, as it turns out, you're going to have to contest them because they're the fastest. All the dice the user plays loses 3 power for this scene. Okay. You should use Smoking Pipe because you don't have any smoke. That's just how it goes. So, that needs to be contested by Lily. And it's going to be a rough one. Seeing through weakness, so yeah, you're mostly on you've mostly got bonuses to your defenses. And I'm confident that the second part of Riposte could win that. We'll see. Ah, well, an attack is going to get through on Lily. There's nothing we can do about it. So I reckon we should take a leaf out of their book and focus one of them down. So your sword can't really intercept anyone, so you may as well just use card draw for now and wait for your moment. And then, I don't think you'll gain a emotion level from that, so use Puppet Blockade and hit them with it. Let's see what happens. Not surprising. Yeah, not very surprising at all. That worked. That's painful. You're weak to that damage! Oh my god, these guys have shit resistances! I didn't even check their resistances! Ah, they suck! Okay, cool. The drip is fucking amazing, though. We're doing alright, but if we're struggling with this already, we're in a bit of trouble. It must be said. And they are focusing on Lily again. You do have your shield and liquefied flesh, so Deep Drag would probably carry you through most situations. Use Deep Drag on them. Neutralize that. This is going to get through... And, well, Lily's dead. Well, we're going to have to use this to our advantage, basically. Instead of focusing on what we can't do, we need to focus on what we can do. Now, Isoj, you desperately need a clash. Go for Moulinet. And then throw out Draw the Sword on them. We'll continue focusing this one down. If they kill one of ours, we'll kill one of theirs. Use Engagement and then follow up with Overcome Crisis. Overcome Crisis, Puppet Blockade. Economy is definitely wow, yeah, because I forgot. Yeah. Good. Not good. Well, you did your job by soaking up hits. That's pretty much what you did. I have no problems so far. Yeah. Good. Nice. I was kind of hoping Zaru would be rolling a little bit bigger, but hey. We staggered one of them, so we've kind of equalized a bit. We'll give Rhythm to Zaru, so he can try and buff everyone else. And funnily enough, they're now all attacking him, so that's interesting. Proselit's Blade, yeah. But Long Guard would hit very hard. Throw out an engagement there. And then you're doing Will the Prescript. You've got the best chance of dealing with it, use Moulinette, and then everyone else's spare shit goes in on them. Use engagement and draw the sword. Actually, fuck that, you don't need to draw the sword because you're not losing any lights. Just use 2 engagements. Get that going. Oh, that's how that not needed to go. Oh, no. That's good. That's bad. That went very poorly. At least one of them's dead. We're still even on numbers. Status element. Do any of them have status elements? Smoke doesn't count. Bleed does. I don't think we're doing enough to have Lament really be a thing. Do we have status elements? Not really. Okay. We'll give you sword violence. Well, it certainly is a situation, isn't it? That's getting through no matter what. I don't think that would kill. Music's pumping up. You know I appreciate it. Weak pierce resistance. Jesus Christ. Try a Moulinette there. You're using Execute. With a +2 strength bonus, so I may have fucked up doing what I did. Fuck it, on guard. It might do enough damage to kill. And then follow up with Draw the Sword in the hopes of actually staggering. Use Fleche, because if you could stagger him before he gets to do anything, that'd be very nice. God damn. Good. Good. Very nice. Wow, that did not work. And that didn't even stagger, but this will. Okay, that's something. After a while, I got so used to being confident that most of my combat pages would just beat theirs almost no problem, that now being in a situation where that's just not the case is quite interesting, actually. It adds a bit of a wrinkle. You're not gaining strength. Try Riposte. And Zaru can inflict big kills. They will die. Of that, I'm certain. You do that there. You can't do anything. Moving on. Jesus Christ, engagement's not very good. Well, actually, to be fair, the things we're up against are the reason why it's not working so well. They're gaining a lot of bonuses. Zaru did morb on someone. Oh yeah, give musical addiction to Zaru. I mean, this might help a bit. I can't not. I have to. It's important to me. You're using Execute, and Zaru's gaining +2 strength. Oh, Zaru, please. Just do it. But you kind of have to counter that, don't you? Oh, fine. Oh, I just wanted to smash this person. It would have been funny. Okay. But of course, it's worth pointing out, ladies and gentlemen, in your assessments of this deck, that ego pages are really a fair assessment, as it were. I'm going to use them because they're here, and it is indeed, like, a part of it, but I don't really consider it to be fair if I can just throw out Regret. You know? Regret's pretty good, but, like I said, I'm going to make use of what I've got at this stage of the game. Good. 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 Yikes. That's bad. That's very good. Down you go. Suppose I must accept it. Big hit. Okay, well. We've just about won this, I think. You gained the strength. How fucking useless. Goddamn. To where the prescript points. You're gonna have to try and land a stagger, my friend, and if you don't, you're in big trouble. You guys are just gonna have to try and smash her before she can do anything too bad. You can't use Fleche. Engagement, then. See what you can do. See if we can save Zaru. See if we can make this less embarrassing. That's fine. Yeah, this will deal with it. There we go. And the fight is over. Okay, so we lost one person. And to be fair, the proselytes are not too... They're not weak. They get some really dangerous bonuses at this point in the game, so a reasonable performance, because you're not typically working with the same levels of bonuses, you know, if you're not using... Well, you can't use their cards at this point, but if you're not working with the same shit, it can be a little tricky. Now, there are... Like I said, I wanted to make sure that it was stuff you can use in Urban Nightmare, that there would be the cards and passives that these characters are using, but it's worth pointing out that, for example, if I now go on to fight the Sweepers, well, we're using Mind Hauler, Health Hauler, and stuff like that, so it's not... In terms of pure story progression, this does kind of break down a little bit, but I can't sweat every fucking detail, or I just get paralyzed and wouldn't make a fucking deck, right? There are things you can do. Maybe I wouldn't recommend a singular strike build this early in the game anyway, but maybe Zaru's not being able to use Mind Hauler and Health Hauler could be replaced with other things that can make him stronger, like, for instance, you know, Dark Cloud Blade. But we'll give this a try. This one will be interesting. I doubt we'll make it to the end of this. We just lack the power, but we can give it a try. I'm not going to make any changes because I think, oh god, we still don't get our fourth person. And we're up against 5. I forgot how much of a bastard this one was. We get 2 available floors, but we're only judging this based on, these guys. If it doesn't work out, if they don't win, then they've lost, is what I'm saying. But bear in mind, if you're doing this yourself, you would have another floor to work with, so it ain't so bad. But let's give this a try. We have the advantage of having a bunch of 2 speed dice, which means we can still outpace them a little bit. You're going to gain persistence, but that doesn't stop you from taking damage, so we can work with that. There's only 1 attack on that. Engagement would be a good start, I think. You should contend them, which you can totally do. I think Lily's deck could do with a bit more smoke build-up. She's inflicting smoke, but not really gaining smoke. As a thought for the future, you know. So you want to try it and, well, I mean, extract fuel doesn't really matter right now. Honestly, trash disposal is probably just going to do a fuck ton of damage, probably going to gain the healing off of it because we don't have cards that end in a dodge, so it is what it is, really. Riposte would work well for that, to be honest. You're using extract fuel. I'd like Zaru to get a clash. Use engagement, and then we find one of these guys and pick them apart. I'm going to say you. Don't need draw of the sword, use engagement. See how it goes. Oh god, engagement. The rolls on it are so inconsistent. It's not good. That was a big hit. It's worth pointing out these guys are a lot weaker than the index proselytes. I really thought that was going to succeed. Big hits. They did reasonably well on that, but not too bad. Oh, I hate it when it takes the music away from me, because your sword's music is so much cooler. You're using Night in the back streets, you're using Trash Disposal. We could totally stagger you before you even get oh, you are using Persistent, though. So these 2 are going to persist, but if we stagger them and hit them hard enough, they will just die. They're weak to Pierce, it occurs to me. So we are gaining some benefits here, actually, if we use our Pierce cards, which we don't have many of. Maybe I should have built into this. That's something you should keep in mind. This deck, these decks, as it were, should be altered depending on who you're fighting. Like the combat pages. Lean more into Pierce if it's available to you. On guard them, because you will stagger them in 1, almost certain. You don't gain, nah, it's just normal damage. So you will stagger them. Extract fuel. If Lily clashes again, she'll go up an emotion level, so that's fine. Six going there. It needs to be dealt with. Knight in the back streets loses 2 power. Moulinette. Yeah, Moulinette would do a lot. And you're using Knight in the back streets as well. Puppet blockade would deal with that. Overcome crisis. In Zalu, you've got free reign to do whatever the fuck you like. So I say, use, yeah. Engagement them and draw of the sword them. And we'll see how we go. That was a poor start. Just a poor start. There's the stagger that we wanted. That's good. That's bad. I really thought your defensive bonuses would be doing a bit more here, but I guess not. That's unfortunate. That's good. That's how I wanted Riposte to go initially. Are we really inflicting stats out? Kind of, but not really. Give repetitive pattern recognition to your sword, because using Moulinette can pretty much get that going. So you're still persisting. I reckon some focused attacks on that sweeper would probably take him out. You're about to be staggered. We can pretty much run the same thing with you as we did with that one, especially if we use on guard, because you'll be staggered and then Zalu will gain strength, which would be very helpful. And then you can't intercept anyone else, so focus on killing them. Using extract fuel. I've lost, no, I'm gonna try it, but I've lost confidence in engagement. Like, oof. I know it's a 1 to 8, so it can roll really low, but I was expecting a bit higher rolls on that, especially with the power bonuses, but, you know, it's how these things go, really, isn't it? You can make all the best plans in the world, but as Moltke said, plans rarely survive contact with the enemy. And that's becoming very apparent here. Knight in the back streets. Use smoking pipe. Yeah, and that'll do. And hopefully those combined attacks will just kill that guy, but we'll see. Stagger, exactly what we wanted. Good, it finally worked. That's good. I was hoping for more. That worked out. Yep, they revived, but it's not surprising. They're nearly dead anyway, it won't be too bad. We don't really use blunt attacks. Fuck it, we'll get requests and give it to Zaru. You're now staggered. You're on your way out, but you're about to give yourself persistence. But I think if we killed him this turn, he wouldn't really get to play off of that. I'm not entirely 100% on how that works, so we'll just have to wing it. We did not roll well on... we've got one. Nah, we did not roll well on speed dice this time. No, we did not. I mean, that will happen regardless, so you'd be better off countering trash disposal and seeing if you can do some serious damage there. Knight in the back streets, and no one else can cover for that, which is very annoying. Moulinette that, I don't really want them recovering HP. It's already becoming an issue. So yeah, Zaru has to counter this, but they will stagger on the next big hit, so on guard that. I say instead of trying to kill them in time, focus on killing them. Zaru will go up an emotion level. Gain 2 strength next turn. Fuck it, just go for it. Just fucking go for it. Make sure they die. Make sure they die. Yeah, this smoke build isn't very well built at all. Needed to lean in more on smoke. You learn, you live and learn. I might see if I can change that for the next one, because that's... The difference there is not a limitation with Dante's cards and stuff, that's just poorly built, so I'll need to work on that. Give it a go, lads. Big hit. Ah. Trash disposal is rolling a lot higher than I thought it would. That just fucking ruined your sword. Forgot how dangerous these guys could be. That's good. That's not. straight up. There we go. Considering his regenerative capabilities, it might be worth trying to focus on turning Zaru into an absolute monster. It might be our best bet. So, you're ready to get staggered. Let's start with that, shall we? That'll help us. Now, Zaru will not go up an emotion level this turn, so use Draw the Sword. Ugh, you're not doing much better. You can take care of that. This is your time to shine. Smoking Pipe. And then I'd say lean in on... I mean, there's not much we can do to lean in on that guy, but see if you can. Alright, that's all we got. It's not a good sign that this is struggling on the first sweeper fight. Like, we're not struggling. I reckon we can take the next round. But the third round? Doubtful. Very doubtful. Chained Wrath. It's not going to help us. We'll get that and give it to Zaru and use him as a sniper. That would be very good for his sword because of his slash bonuses. There we go, the music's back. Let's go, popping off. Yes, baby. We'll clash them as normal, but I'm pretty sure Grinder is going to do some serious damage here. Honestly, with Singular Strike, surely Overcome Crisis would take care of that. 33197, yeah. I see ya, and I raise you a Deep Drag. And just in case that does get through. So that guy has Persist. Now, he probably won't survive the round, but... Draw the Sword him. Let's give this a go. That hit one person. Yeah, that hit everyone. Very good. And then he recovered, which is fine. Big hit. Stagger. You love to see it. Stagger. You love to see it. Stagger. You love to see it. All right, next turn. Maybe we'll make something happen. Good, good. This actually makes fight. It's so weird, right? Like, I would never recommend this to anyone. I truly wouldn't. Like, not for the purposes of actually playing well, but playing with such limitations does make this a lot more interesting. Not to say the game isn't good if you play with strong decks, but being forced to play a little more creatively is damn interesting. Doing on guard on them. We've got a lot of enemies here that we could do with being dead. They've all got sustain, which is unfortunate. All this leads me to believe is that we need to pick one and kill it. Preferably the one with the highest HP. But that would have the lowest chance of actually being a kill. Fuck it, focus on him. Oh, you can't even... Why did I think that was going to work? Crazy. Do that instead. Focus on them and kill them. Give that a go. Fuck me. Moulinet just does not work the way I want it to, ever. There we go. It's another one dead. Now they all gain health, which is very annoying. But it's more reason to ensure that they don't kill us, because that helps them quite a lot. You're using 3331973. Very annoying, yes. But if we focus on him, we can kill him this round. So hit him with On Guard, and then follow up with Overcome Crisis. And you're going to his sword with Night in the Back Streets, which is a little spooky, but Moulinet should take care of it. And then you've got... your sword actually has to deal with that one. Trash Disposal. That's not good. We still don't have Grinder yet either. Moulinet that one. Focus on killing him. He's a problem. You have so many cards because you don't have enough speed die to use them all. Fuck it, focus on him. See how it goes. Good, 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 but it didn't kill. Fortunately, they didn't do too much. Good, good. And then the big finish, yes. You guys are killing it. I really thought that would stagger. There we go. Big hit, down they go. They get some healing, but not enough. This is going to be a long fight. It's going to be a really long fight. But I wanted a thorough test. You know, I wanted us to do this properly. I didn't want to fuck around. Didn't want to heck and find out, you know what I mean? We got to go for it. So you're weak to flesh, eh? That's in the way. I don't even know why I have that up. I know they're fucking passives. I'm using them myself. Flesh A there. Go for some big finishes. Trash disposal. But they're low on stagger. But puppet blockade's all you've got, so that's awkward. Fuck it, there's no point trying to build smoke now, just go for him. Go for the throat. Take him down. Go. It's really hoping now to stagger you. Oh, so close. Oh, and you staggered Lily. Don't do that. There we go. Staggers all around. Big hit. Big hit. Oh, yes. Yeah, this fight's over. All right, we've got it. This still remains an important decision, though. Now, who tends to be the fastest? I'm gonna go with Zaru. Fuck it, just put it all on Zaru. Regret is always fun. Yeah, the music. Oh, it's my favorite. Now, if I'm right, let me just have a look through here. I'm pretty sure Zaru was the only one with Health Hauler and Mind Hauler, which honestly, maybe I should have spread that around a bit more. But Zaru doesn't even need, well, I guess you could do with a little bit more stagger, so fuck it, go for that. It doesn't matter, they're dead, so... Wow. Oh boy. Okay, well, we won the first round with 0 casualties, but Isard is looking a little peaky, but we do have an emotion advantage. But I would honestly say the sweepers are quite resistant to emotion advantages because of their strong sustain. You know? We're not likely to break them in the first turn, is what I'm saying. But that could help. Will it stagger? Almost definitely not. Trash disposal. I would like to counter that. If possible. I'm hoping a big deep drag might knock them out, but we'll see. Ah, this track is so hype. I forgot how hype it is. It is the hype. Fucking love it. This is why technological sciences is my favorite flaw, not because of the unga bunga, we're not cavemen, we have technology. It's because the music is fucking banging. Seriously. Now we're going to want to pick a target and knock him out. Preferably someone who's not using sustain. I have chosen you, sir. You will be the one who is destroyed. You use engagement on them as well, a little bit extra. Go for it, lads, make it happen. Landed some hits. They'll also take bleed damage this turn, so any attacks they do will hurt them, which is handy. Good, good. Stagger, already a brilliant start. Very good. Fine. Big hit. Oh, you're fucked. Oh, you're doomed. Oh, that was unnecessary. That was vicious. Ooh. And you're dead as well. That's 2 of them down on the first turn. We can maintain that kind of pace in the future fights. We've got this covered. Especially since they've only got one speed die each, but 2 trash disposals is rough. However, Zaru could probably take it, is the thing. Or at least 1. And honestly, Flesh A might be enough to stagger. On that front. Probably not on this front. Oh, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it now, Mr. Krabs. I am. I'm feeling it. You got repetitive pattern recognition. Every 3 clash wins restore light and gain haste. Which obviously would have paired well with, like, clean and the other one, but we're still making use of it. So remind me, clean, it gains power, +1 per point of difference up to 3. Oh, so unfortunately you're the only one who can actually intercept that, I think. I suppose Lily could. But with an extra 4 power, it's distinctly possible that Flesh A would just stagger him outright. That's what I'm thinking. Well, up to 3, so an extra 3 power, I'm sure Flesh A will stagger. And then you try a Moulinet on them. Good luck. And then every other attack, focus in on them. Hit them with engagements. And overcome crises. I hope you survive. Give it a try, lads. Give it a try. Oh no. Oh boy. Oh, it's a bad one. There we go. Exactly what I wanted. Big hit. Big hit. Decent hit. Big hit. Survived. Nice. Good. Dead. Good. Another one down. Now, you could honestly say that a lot of my success now is probably coming down to the fact that I've played a lot of the game by this point and know a bit more about it than I did when I was here before. But still, this build, this party, this team does work, in a sense. It's just, you know, it's a little iffy. Isard, I really don't want to risk you there, but you have the best chance. I don't want everyone else to do what we did last turn and take this fucker out. Give it a try. Good. Good. There we go. Exactly what we wanted. That has sealed their fate. As is always the case, the first round, like the first fight, as it were, the first reception, the first act, is always tricky. But if you can get past that, you're good to go. Good stuff. And it feels good knowing I'm not actually using anything that isn't available at this point in the game, barring the fact that we can't actually have Health Hauler right now. That one I will admit I have played silly buggers with, but like I said, I'm not going to stress these details too much. The point is, at this point in the game, you can have, I don't know why I'm doing this, there we go. You can have a relatively decent 7 association deck going. They can fight relatively well. God damn. Now, of course, this does also depend on whether or not these Ego and Amno pages are available in Urban Nightmare, but this is pretty far in the game. I would assume that you would have access to them. I don't know that for certain. Like, I'm not, you know, many people know more about this game than I do, but I feel like you would have technological sciences. It's kind of why everyone always uses this fucking floor, because it's incredible. Case in point. I suggest we hit them with the grinder. That will probably help. But we need to contest their cards as normal. So, you're still gaining bonuses against slower targets. I'd recommend you take advantage of that. That's a rough one, but if anyone's good to take that, it's Zaru, because he heals on hits. So, engagement there. And maybe just focus on killing them, to be honest. You're not spending light this turn, so overcome crises. You're using trash disposal. I wish you wouldn't. Might want to try and get Lily to take that hit. How many trash disposals are going? Just the one. Okay. Well, Lily, you are going to take a bad hit here, but... Oh, you can't even intercept that one. Fuck. It's gonna have to be Lily then. This is gonna suck. You can intercept that instead. Go for that instead. If we can do more damage to them, we might knock them out quicker. And you're using that, so... your sword can't deal with that. Draw the sword. It's more reliable. And then that's going to his sword as well. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll just swap things around then and have it go that way, and then go there, and then do that to that, and then fuck you, and yeah. Cool, good. Sorted. That to there, that to there, and let's see how this goes. Decent. That's a decent start. Surprisingly. Decent. Yeah, this went relatively well. We didn't get Dark Flame. Oh, we could still get Dark Flame, actually, and we'll want to look into that. We've already staggered one of them. One of them's nearly staggered. Hit you. Good. Staggered. Dead already. Good fucking start. And that staggered one doesn't have sustain either. Persistence, so we can crush them. You've got trash disposal and that sucks. We have a means by which to deal with it, however. Yeah, fuck you. Yeah, how about fuck you? There might be a better way to do that, though. Yeah, there might be a better way to do that. Your stagger resist is only at 10. So, Flesh A them. Regret them. And the rest of you can deal with what's left. Now, very important, focus on getting rid of them. They need to go. You can be dealt with. Smoking pipe. It shouldn't take much to kill them. As a gesture of good faith, though, throw out a moulinet against him because it will hurt like hell. Big hit. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Stagger, exactly what we wanted. Oh, you're already going to be staggered. Oh, that sucks for you. It's hilarious, actually. Big hit. Practically dead. Good. Excellent. When they get going, they get going. This is a decent team. Not the best. I wouldn't even really say it's good, but it's decent. You can make it work. And like I said, it's fun to try and make this work. It's actually genuinely enjoyable. You can't intercept that, that sucks, but whatever. You're about to be staggered, honestly, to the point where, yeah, Zaru Flesh A him and he'll just go away for a while. You've both got sustain. You won't take much more. But I say just spread out our attacks to and fro, and we should be able to do enough damage. At the very least, Lila should die. Almost certain of that one. We are absolutely fine. Yes, we are. No problems. Well, this now leads me to believe that the sweepers weren't even that difficult per se. It's just when you're that early in the game and you don't know a lot about what's going on yet, they're a bit overwhelming. You're just not very good at dealing damage yet, but, you know, once you learn a bit more, it becomes a lot easier. Anton's still alive, which is annoying. But we should be able to kill them this turn. You're about to stagger. I'm not concerned. On guard. Then overcome crisis. Overcome crisis. You should be able to just kill them in one, really. Flesh A itself is going to do massive damage. Or, sorry, no, that's on guard. But it's going to do a lot of damage. It'll be fine. Extract fuel. Yeah. Deep drag. You will stagger from that. And then everyone else, I'd say, once again, stack your attacks between the two. We've pretty much got this covered. Oh, I love this bop so much. Fuck's sake, it's so good. I can't get over it, and I won't, more to the point. Yes, there it is. Plus, it's been good to play with Technological Sciences again. I miss this team. I love these characters. But I'm hoping over the course of this quote-unquote series to really explore a wide variety of flaws and see how their unique abilities can be used to, you know, power up different kinds of builds. Really spread it out a little bit. Maybe make use of some flaws we never really got to use prior. Oh, you're done. Oh, you guys are done. Oh, it's over. Oh, it's over. Yeah, off you go. Off you go. Good stuff. Well done, guys. I didn't expect them to be all 3 encounters, actually. They did surprisingly well. We got a lot of books. We got a lot of books, because I forgot you get a lot of books from this one. Still no battle symbols, it's sad. I'll tell you what we'll do. Instead of using Lily next time, we'll use Kota. Instead of changing around Lily's deck, which has not been built well, this needs more smoke that isn't smoking pipe. A lot of changes need to be made on that one. Not my best work. We'll bring in Kota instead. We'll do it that way. Final fight, ladies and gentlemen. The Crying Children. This is going to take a while. Just like the last one, but, you know. If this pie can beat this encounter, then that says to me that this pie is essentially capable of beating Urban Nightmare, which would be like a big thumbs up to how well it is as a deck. That would be a big thumbs up. Now, that's not a huge accolade. There are many decks that can beat Urban Nightmare, but considering I was expecting very little from this, we actually get the whole team. All right, let me go back and change Lily's deck then, because it sucks. It does kind of suck, so let's sort Lily out. All I need to do is just change around some cards. Alright, well, I've changed around Lily's deck, and to be completely honest, this is really toying with the concept of having it be a 7 association fixer deck, because there is one 7 association fixer page in here, and to be completely honest, I put it in there because I felt bad, because there were none in there. Really, if you're gonna run smoke at Urban Nightmare, just run smoke. This isn't even the proper way to do it. In fact, we could probably change a few things, actually, just quickly. I didn't look at anything else. I threw in a Hidden Blade. I don't know, I was never very good at the smoke deck in making smoke decks out of Urban Nightmare, these guys. I was never particularly good with these, but we'll see how it goes. The overall concept is still sound, and most of the power in the team is Sword, Zaru, and Lily because they have Dante's pages rather than the 7 association fixer pages. So, really, it focuses more on those 3. But yeah, I'll get copyrighted for this, which means I won't make any money off this video for a month, but who cares? This song is hype. Getting rid of this child, the Unseeing Child, would probably allow for the most immediate damage boost, but of course we have to keep in mind Unspeaking Child is the one that needs to go first. Of course, it starts off with no music and then gets cooler later on. Kota has only just reached the battlefield, Climax Kota, and they're already immobilized. I didn't stick to my rules on battle symbols because who fucking cares? People have been like, no, battle symbols are actually really useful. They're not. They're just kind of not. They are very occasionally useful. Very, very occasionally. Stuff like Twinkling Analyst. Very useful, right? Ones which just provide basic buffs to health and stagger resist. The rest of them, iffy. Very iffy. No, I think Unhearing needs to go first, because Unhearing stops us from defending ourselves, so we've got to get rid of that one first. We'll throw a little bit down there, but yeah. Unfortunately, there's very little we can do about this. That was very good. There we go. That's what we wanted. Good. God, I forgot how much I hate their laughter. It's so annoying. And now we can focus on getting rid of them, which is good because they just immobilized Zaru, which is very annoying. Very annoying that they do that, but we do still outnumber them in terms of attacks. Alright, yeah. Well, at least we can see... I think we can generally see what the attack is. Moulinet them. Engagement them, because if you can kill them, that'd be great. You're gonna need... Well, you're gonna need clashes, actually, because you haven't fucking done anything. And again, you're not really suited to dealing with 3 attacks. Inhale smoke, get yourself built up. You'll take a hit, but it'll be fine. Overcome Crisis. Dimensional Rift them, and then Yeah, you'll probably... Yeah, yeah, make sure they die. Get it sorted. Yeah, they're down. There's no way. There we go. Good. Stagger. You love to see it. And then next turn we'll have Zaru back. Big smoke. Minor hit and return. Obviously, this phase of the fight is fine. There's very little problems with this one. It's not what I'm worried about. Get rid of them. There we go. Exactly what we wanted. Let us get to the cool bit. I want to get to the cool part with the music and the giant fiery statue. That's the fun bit. Well, I think that guy had rattled off something moments ago. Maybe I should have given them time to leave their dying words. And we're there now. There we are. Alright, what do we got? Bygone illusion. And that reduces power. Okay, alright. We don't really have anything that can deal with that properly. Maybe deep drag. But it can't intercept anyway. You've got charge. That might work. No, you can't. Okay, right, that's going... Okay, that's going to Lily. Alright. Bygone illusion. Give it a try. Not well, no, better idea. Deep drag that. That will probably work better. Are you using ranged attacks? No. See, that's what makes this awkward. If you were using ranged attacks, we could better counter it. There's the music. It's very fucking good. Pierce is reduced to normal. Very good. We're going to take some hits in return, it's inevitable. So all we can do is focus on trying to do as much damage as we can in a very limited amount of time. Throw out engagements, get those ready. On guard, I spoke. I don't want to give him more strength though, that's the thing. More strength for him is bad. Save it. Save it for when you can finish the round. Yeah, you just redirected that, didn't you? There we go. Go for that way. That's good. Big hit. Big hits in return, but it's fine. There we go. You've got counter die, and that's annoying. But it's okay. Perfect. Couldn't have gone better. Yes. No, but it's okay. There we go. Working him down, doing alright. Okay. We'll go request on Zaru again, because that worked well last time. There's probably a better way to do that, to be honest, but it worked just fine last time. Moulinette, that's exactly what we wanted. We'll use Moulinette on one of these, I think, because... Well, actually, it doesn't make a difference, because that reduces the power of the current die, and this buffs the last die. But it is strong enough to just kind of make it happen anyway. You've got smoke. Hidden Blade would take care of this. I'm pretty sure. Combined with your bonuses as well. And then just lean in on him, I suppose. Hold back on that. You might need cards in the future. Engagement. Oh, it's such a good track. It's really fucking good. Oh, the memories of the series. This was such a big moment, and to begin with, I was like, this boss sucks. I think he's stupid. I don't like his design. And then this guy shows up, and I was like, never fucking mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. Obviously. Good. Not good. Good. Decent hit. Perfect. A lot of damage being done. That went shockingly well. A lot of damage done in a very short amount of time. You do have bleed. It's just extra damage though. Although we are potentially getting burned, but give that to Yasod. Distorted illusion, yeah, it's this shit again. Which could be a little tricky, considering I don't think we really have any Moulinettes going about. You are suffering fragile though. Be nice if we could get Dark Flame this time. God knows if we will though. Try Ripple on that. I think Zaru should take the hits because he can handle it. And I'm gonna go a bit of a risky one here, but if we use On Guard twice, right, I feel relatively confident that next turn he'll be staggered, and he won't get to benefit from it. In fact, if we hit him hard enough, he might just die now. That would be the most ideal scenario. It feels like a bit of a misplay, but you know what? I'm going for it. I'm just going for it. Yeah, go all in. Fuck it, just go all in. What do you got? No balls. Go for it. Big hit. Ah, see, his stagger resist is actually quite high, which makes it a little scary. We will stagger him, though. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, he'll actually die this turn. Okay. Good. Unfortunately, you're now immobilized. You're one of our better ones, and we can't see what they're doing, so you do that. And this is all we got for this turn. We're going to take some hits. It's inevitable. Big hit. Hopefully no one staggers, but we'll see. Ah! I think, ooh, the pure length of this fight might lead to a loss. That's kind of the assumption I'm going with here. That was a decent block, though, must be said. So you've been staggered. Now we should need to stagger you, and then we can actually see things again. You know what? You can take a turn to just draw cards, so that's nice. You're one of the fastest on the board, so you're almost guaranteed to clash there, which would get you repetitive pattern recognition to restore light and gain haste, which would be handy. And do an engagement. Like, we need to at least see where their attacks are coming from so we can engage them properly. If we can't do that, we're in trouble. Gain the charge. Gain the smoke. Sadly, he didn't clash, which is annoying, but oh well. Staggered anyway, so what does it matter? In fact, they'll die this turn. That's good. Big hits. Yeah, they'll die this turn. I'm almost certain of it. There it is. Ah, Zaru's taking a lot of hits. Another dead. Why do I feel like I'm doing them a favor? You are. Oh, God, well, we need to cover Zaru then. Fuck's sake. This was literally the turn where he could have struck back and started getting his stuff, but, you know, building his things back up, but no. No, that'd be too easy. Kota, you're gonna have to take a hit. It is the way of things. Murmur. You're low on light. These are all very similar. Full resistance has changed to fatal. So yeah, we're going to do a lot of damage this turn, what it's worth. Ripostal, you'll get the most out of it. You need to keep them off of Zaru. It's just the way of it. Unfortunately, you are just going to take hits. But we can fairly reliably beat their die, so it's not so bad to give them strength. It's not great, I don't really want to, but it's not so bad. You know what, fuck it, just let Dimensional Rift get through then, it's fine. Ah, that's why we didn't want that to happen. Sod's fine. That's bad. It's very bad. Good hit. There we go, that's what we wanted. Now we get to play with everyone. Perfect. Already, that smoke deck is doing way better. Give that to a Sod. Start building into that. I want it. I just want it. It's just not the time for, it's not the time for Solemn Lament just yet, though. Deep Drag would cause them issues. We can run with that. Your stagger is pathetic. Your stagger resist right now. Very bad. Deal with you. And I say focus our attacks on killing one. I mean, you were staggered, so you're not getting to do your shit anymore, and you are the requested target. So you should do it. You'll do the most damage against them. And you focus on them. And then throw out an on guard as well. Gain some strength. Overcome crisis. See what you can do. Big hit. Staggered. Love to see it. Oh yeah. Oh no. Oh no. I was really expecting that to do better. Big hit. Yeah, they're going down. No fucking way. For something like this, corpse cleaner would have been very good. Corpse cleaner would have been perfect for this. It occurs to me. Too late now. Much too late now, but yeah, you know, thoughts for the future. Your stagger is practically at full. Which means we're not going to kill you this turn. But we're not going to stagger you before you get to do what you want to do, more to the point. You could be, however. Inhale smoke. Zaru pretty much has to deal with that one. Use on guard, and then scratch that actually, yeah. On guard with that, and then on guard with that. It doesn't work that way. What a bother! Fine. Fine. We're not gonna want to go too hard on our cards right now. Play it nice and chill. Big hit. Hits in return and it sucks, but hey. Nice hit. Stagger, that's what we want. Good. Oh yeah. Down they go. Down they go. One left. And they're staggered. So let's use this turn. Your sword doesn't even have any light gaining cards. Everyone else is doing great in terms of economy right now. But I tell you what, Zaru could really do with stagger resistant HP. But let's be real, he's going to die from one attack, so use on guard and gain strength next turn. There it is. Gotta be said, the background when it shifts to the statue form is incredible. It looks really good. It's really good. Okay, so yeah, you've got Wound of Sorrow going this time, and clearly Zaru is the best person to deal with that. Flesh J would be the best bet. You're gaining strength, you've got Singular Strike, make it happen. And then the rest of these are normal attacks, so really we'd want other people to deal with them. So Lily, you're dealing with Bygone Illusion, how are you going to deal with it? You don't have Deep Drag, which would have been the perfect one. Oh. I guess Hidden Blade is your best bet. Good luck. You've got another one to deal with. I guess Smoking Pipe is your best bet. Good luck. Restrain. Ripple would deal with that. Yeah, it would. And then the rest of you can take pot shots. It'd be easier to just focus on using, Oh, I tell you what, though, actually. I think now's the time to do some damage, yeah. Yeah, we'll do that instead. We want to get a solid start so that we can really bring them down. Go for it. Do the cool thing. Oh, whoa. Oh, it's not over yet. Oh, when it goes bad, it goes real bad. What do you got? No balls. Live cock reactions. Oh, yeah. No chance. That was like 2/3 of his health on the first turn. What's that? Wound of Sorrow? Ah, if only there was a dashing and handsome renegade who could intercept that. There is. Whoopsie dude. I think by the time that attack ends, he'll be staggered. Oh no. Finally, Singular Strike is getting the respect it deserves. Now we'll clash properly just to make sure, because I don't want to throw this by being overconfident. But, yeah, I'm not too worried. Deep Drag probably wouldn't do it. But then again, Inhale Smoke wouldn't either, so, I mean, Zaru's basically gonna kill him first turn, let's be real. Zaru's practically gonna do this by himself. See if you can get a Draw of the Sword in, but, I gotta be honest, I doubt you're really gonna get to do anything. Oh no. Oh jeez. Oh blimey. Well, you're fucked, aren't you? Yeah, you're done. Alright, next round. At least there's less of them now. But they are more dangerous. And this could result in Lily dying, in fact, because her health is so low. I'm gonna do what's known as a cool guy move. Moulinette will deal with most things. Do a Moulinette there. Actually, save those and do them last. Despite a distinct lack of information, we're gonna try and clash. So pick the one that we want to, yeah, that needs to go. And then, so I'm gonna have to play this a little bit weird. Well, actually, no. Zaru's not going to be a clasher. Okay, yeah. Yeah, this will be fine. Engagement, engagement, and then Moulinette there. Moulinette there. Sorry, not there. Moulinette there. And then Dimensional Rift there. And we'll see if we can perhaps clash with their attacks and minimize them a bit. That did not work immediately, but if you stagger him, that would work just as well. Well, he's fucking dead. He's just gonna die. Okay, cool. Come on, Lily, do the same. Oh, so close. That's fine, you can take it. That one worked as intended, but it's the one that was least likely to work well when working as intended, so... That still went quite well, though. Eternal Rest to Zaru. And Regret. Because God, I love Regret. It's the best. And it will provide us with some mass attack defense in the next phase, which will be important, by the way. It'll be very important. Yeah, you're doing that, and that's great, but I'm pretty sure Zaru could knock you out in one, and in fact will. They will do that. Zaru's at max emotion level, which means it's difficult for him to regain light. And we need to make sure he has plenty for when the next phase shows up. So that he can do Regret to counter the mass attack. We'll do it this way. Very good. Go for it. Yes, exactly what I wanted. Come on, stagger him. You got it. You got it. There it is. Good shit. Perfect. This guy should die this turn. That's good. Got both Inhale Smokes, which is brilliant. And they're both staggered, so they'll both die this turn. So let's focus on getting ourselves where we need to go. On guard? Yes. And then leave it there, honestly. Inhale Smoke on them so you can gain more smoke. Your charge is full, there's no need to worry. Do it that way. There we go. Now both of them will gain strength for the next phase, which is important. We still haven't gotten Dark Flame. Like, that was the thing I kind of built around and we just haven't gotten it. So you're doing your mass attack now. Mass individual. Well, Zaru is well suited to this. in a sense. Wound of Sorrow. Zaru is well suited to this one. With your strength bonus. Flesh on Wound of Sorrow to absolutely cripple him. And he's doing 2 Wounds of Sorrow, actually. Interesting. You're not unstoppable, Zaru, it's worth pointing out. You're good. See what you can do. I wouldn't be surprised if that last one failed. Try and moulinet that. You're not well suited to dealing with this. Dimensional Rift would be the best bet there, and then I'd say, because your stagger resist will be fine, throw out a Solemn Lament to show him what's up. I guess Loss of Senses could work. Alright, that's the wrong one. Okay. Loss of Senses that, and then attempt to deep drag that, but I'm not expecting much. You still need to contest, and you can, at least as best as you can. You're using Moulinet. And with Overcome Crisis, I don't really want to give them any more strength. I think that'd be a bad move. See how it goes. That works. That didn't in multiple places. That killed 2 people. Ooh. That did some pretty good stuff, though. That was very good. That was very good. Good. We suffered some losses. We did. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. And he staggered. Which might just really sort that out for us. Which is good, because this could have gone really badly. I mean, you know, we lost a lot in that moment. That was pretty devastating. But overall, nah, nothing to worry about. Smashed it. I think there's one more phase, isn't there? Not a particularly difficult one, though. I still can't believe we haven't gotten a single use of, Dark Flame. That was literally what I built this. That was like the main focus in my head, where it's like, well, if things are going wrong, then Dark Flame will be what saves us. And we've just not gotten it, ever. Not a single time. Not in 3 battles. I did 3 battles, and not short ones either, to make sure that that actually happened. And the game has not given it to us. It's just no Dark Flame. Get fucked, I guess. Lamau. Use Ripple to deal with that, and then hit him in the side with Solemn Lament. And then, I don't know, just have some fun. Go nuts. On guard. And, Overcome Crisis. Just trash him in 1 turn. Oh, stagger! He's fucking dead! Oh, he deserves it! I frankly dislike how I am becoming numb to witnessing death, but you didn't kill him, though. Alright, so, 7 association deck. Not bad. You know, maybe... Yes, it's a bit cheap that we use technological sciences for this, because technological sciences are very powerful. It does feel a bit, I guess, unfair to have put this on Floor of Technological Sciences, because technological sciences boosted them in a major way, but... I don't... It's hard to say how much of our power in the end came down to Floor of Technological Sciences' innate benefits. Like, yes, the ego pages worked very well, and the ammo pages helped, but a lot of this did come down to just how we built the decks and how we utilized them. It seemed to work quite well. But with the Floor of Technological Sciences being the #1 Unga Bunga deck, I can understand if perhaps some of you may not consider this to have been a fair test because, you know, it's the Floor of Technological Sciences. You could argue that you can make most things work here. But overall, I think this actually did come down to the decks themselves, and I think we did quite well in the grand scheme of things. This definitely performed better than I was expecting. I was expecting to lose to the sweepers, and I was kind of expecting to lose to the crying children. Maybe my interpretation of what were the more difficult fights in Urban Nightmare was incorrect. Maybe some people would argue that, you know, Eugen's more difficult, or perhaps the puppets, or, you know, Warp Corp, or the smoking lot. I don't know, but I feel like, in terms of Urban Nightmare itself, I gave these guys a solid test. And I think they passed, honestly, with flying colors. I'm genuinely impressed. I was a bit worried when we did the Proselyte fight and they kind of got their asses handed to them, but the Proselyte fight is tricky because it's a fight where your enemy is powerful before you really get a chance to get going, because they have their not skim prescript, but they do have that. But they have their bonuses, they have the Singleton, it's your first encounter with Singleton, and Singleton is very powerful, we all know this. But overall, I think this works quite well. Let me know what you think of these, and yes, I know, there's no point running 7. I'm super aware of the point that there is no point running 7. This is one of the weaker things you can do with the cards you have available to you at this time. If you're actually commenting to say, why would you bother using 7, you're missing the entire point of the video. This was to just see how they would do. But let me know what you think of these objectively, ignoring the fact that there is no point using 7. But let me know what you think of them objectively. Let me know how you think they could be used better, bearing in mind the parameters we have set. You know, this is important to mention. All Urban Nightmare or lower, include in both combat pages and passive attributions, utilizing at least some 7 association cards. We need to fight somewhat like them, although Lily was, like I said, this is really pushing it. This was pushing it a bit too far, I think. I just didn't really have time to rebuild this, but this was pushing it. But overall, generally making use of the 7 association cards and their passives, and then passives from factions within Urban Nightmare to make it work. Let me know what you think, let me know what you'd have done differently, and most importantly, because I'd be very interested in seeing this, feel free to submit your own decks. I would love to see some of your decks. Now, it doesn't have to be, you don't have to follow the same parameters as I did, okay? It doesn't have to be what I did, where it's like, we're using this association in this, this stage of the game with only these cards. You can do that if you want, and I'll be happy to check those out. I've got a few of those in mind myself, actually. But if you've got a deck that you think is interesting, I'm not necessarily talking ridiculously overpowered. That can be interesting, certainly. If you've got something that's ridiculous, submit it. I can't promise I'll do every submission I get. I can't promise I'll pick every single one that's presented to me, but if you think you've got something interesting, throw it in. Submit it to me either in the comments or on Discord, preferably on Discord. It'll be more likely to be noticed, but at the very least, I do check the comments, and there's no spoilers for Ruina for me now, so I will be checking the comments. So, hit me with what you got. I want to see what you got. Whether it's efficient, interesting, fun, silly, themed. I love me some themed decks. You can go solo builds, you can go full teamwork builds, any floor you want. And in the process of doing so, give me a small brief on how it's intended to be played. Maybe I could figure it out for myself, but I don't want to misrepresent your deck by not playing it properly. And give me some opponents you want it to go up against, right? What you consider to be a good example or fair test of that deck, of that team's capabilities. I happen to know that a lot of people, when testing stuff for mods, use R-Corp 2 as their benchmark. And I think that's a reasonable one, but I don't think this deck would have lasted 5 seconds against R-Corp 2, completely honest. We might have, I say we probably would have gotten either 2 Maxim or past Maxim, but we would have lost overall. I'm not confident we could have taken that, but you know, that was never an expectation. But yeah, all those parameters in mind, keep it clean, keep it neat, submit it if you can, let me know what you thought of this. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. It's fun to actually engage with the deck building and strategy in the game without the pressures of attempting to progress for the sake of, like, you know, LP progression and getting forward in the story. It doesn't matter if these decks lose. We can just sit back and enjoy it and assess it and analyze it and come up with new stuff. And I wanted to kind of lead the charge by picking something unconventional and done purely for enjoyment rather than actually like a viable deck, because it kind of isn't. But you could do it if you wanted to. We've established that it could work. But enough of me justifying myself. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Special thanks to Beep, Adash, Sanjeev, Alkir, Honeydew Corporation, Sweet Baby Red, MB Alias, Lord Scullington, Jessicitty, Plutonium Pie, Dreamer Ghost, Leper Lullaby, K-Bub, Magicow, The Frostbite, Monsoon, Sir World, Jumping with Joy, Warmaster Oku, SCP-106A, Namad, and KDT800 for supporting me on Patreon. Thank you so much, guys, and thank you all so much for watching. If you've got an idea for a name for this series, hit me with it, because I've got nothing. I tried. The only thing I came up with looks good on paper in the terms of, like, theorizing decks, but I just don't know how presentable that title is, and it's not particularly interesting, so... If not, I mean, if you don't provide any, titles, we'll just go forward as normal. Like, I'm not actually seriously putting that weight on you guys. I'm just saying if you've got suggestions, I'll consider them, but... Otherwise, it doesn't really... They may not even need to have, like, a big flashy series title. We're just hanging out and checking out decks. And it's fun, and I like doing it. I like engaging with the game mechanics in this game, and I like to do it in unconventional ways. This wasn't that unconventional. A lot of our decks were fairly simple, but I think engagement added an interesting wrinkle and on guard and stuff, and like I said, working with limitations made this a lot more fun. But I digress, and I'm rambling, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what submissions you've got, any cool decks that you've made in your off time that you'd like to show off, and whatever happens next time, I hope I see you there. Doodles, goodbye.